Traders, FX Pip Collector here. Today is Wednesday, March 11th, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold and a couple of the yen pairs. As always, we start off with the US dollar index because US dollar index analysis basically tells us exactly what we need to be doing on all the dollar pairs themselves. So, as I was saying yesterday, in the last few days, I mean, this impulsive move down that we got right here definitely makes you think that this right here is an ABC. If this really is an ABC, then this potentially is now going to be starting a downtrend. The only problem I have with this analysis is that my weekly and monthly time frame analysis is still very bullish. I still think that this potentially could be a wave C on the weekly and monthly, and if that is a wave C, then this is ABC that we see on the daily is incorrect. Now, the thing is when you end a pullback, it needs to be impulsive. What happened when you ended this pullback? It was very, very impulsive. This move down right here started off very impulsive, but so far it hasn't really maintained its impulsive movement to the downside. If this right here really is the end of a pullback, this needs to maintain impulsive movement down, or else it's probably not a end of a pullback. So what we have here is we have a Fibonacci retracement from here to here. There is definitely a chance that this is just a bear trap, especially with weekly time frame analysis still being bullish. There's definitely a chance that it breaks to the upside at a Fibonacci level and potentially continues the uptrend. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, technically on the 1 hour time frame, we do already have a breaker structure to the upside. Now this is either an A or a 1. We have a pullback already. This is either a B or a 2. Now, if this up here really is the top on the daily, then that means that this right here is a C, and then potentially is going to go up to maybe the 50 or the 61 or even the 38%, and then end up continuing down for an ABC. If it's actually a 1, 2, 3, then it will still bounce from fib levels, but it will never break structure. It'll just keep on making higher highs, higher lows. As of right now, the dollar is going up either a wave 3 or a wave C, which means that you have to take that information and apply it to the dollar pairs themselves. So, anyways, let's go to the euro dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Now, the euro dollar definitely did engulf to the upside the other day. You have a very clear engulfing up, and this was definitely a Fibonacci bounce, and it definitely happened shortly after taking out the previous low. So even if it does continue the downtrend, I think it would make more sense for this to potentially go up to a higher Fibonacci level before it goes down. Or if this right here really is some kind of a bottom, it could just keep on pushing up if it wants to. If the dollar is really a wave C, then this will keep on pushing up. If the dollar is not a wave C, then this will go up to a Fibonacci level and keep pushing down. That's why, for me, the dollar analysis is so important. Now going down to the 1 hour time frame, just like on the dollar index, this is either an A or a 1, this is either a B or a 2, and we're either at a wave 3 or a wave C. If it really is a wave 3, then it still will bounce from fib levels, but it will just keep making lower lows, lower highs. If it's a wave C, then it will go down to maybe the 50 to 61%, make like a double bottom bounce, nice engulfing move to the upside, and then end up continuing back up. Based on the higher time frames, I think that it's an ABC. Whether it's an ABC of B or whether it's an ABC of 2, we don't really know yet. I think it's an ABC of B, but we definitely do not know. So definitely keep an eye on your Fibonacci levels. I think the long opportunity could be the better opportunity today. Also keep in mind that we have CPI coming out for the dollar today, inflation data. So moving on to the pound dollar. The pound dollar also did engulf to the upside a couple days ago. Whether this is really a bottom and we're continuing the uptrend, or whether this is just a pullback within the downtrend, we still don't really know. But we are definitely looking for longs right now while we hopefully learn whether it just keeps going up or whether it actually just goes to a Fibonacci level and then reverses back to the downside. So going back down to the 1 hour time frame, just like the euro dollar, this is either an A or a 1, this is either a B or a 2, and we're going down for either a 3 or a C. If it really is a 3, then it definitely could still find support at Fibonacci levels, but it will not break. It will just keep making lower lows, lower highs. If it's a wave C, then any one of these Fibonacci levels could cause a support where it breaks structure and potentially ends up continuing the uptrend. I'm not saying that it has to happen at the 38. It could happen at the 50, the 61, or even the 78%. I think this is either an ABC of B or an ABC of 2, just like what I was saying on the euro dollar and the dollar index itself. So moving on to the Aussie dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Like I've been saying, the Aussie dollar is very, very strong. Now, if this is really a wave 5, at some point it's going to find major resistance and it's going to start going down and breaking these structures. It doesn't have to do that though. I mean, it potentially could just keep on pushing up if it wants to. The Aussie has been very, very, very strong. If you zoom out a little bit, it definitely looks like a five-wave structure on the daily. So we do have to keep an eye on it because it could be a wave five, and if it is a wave five, it definitely will reverse back down. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, we are definitely still very bullish unless it breaks structure. This is the structure right here. So if we get a Fibonacci bounce and then a break of structure, that's going to turn me bearish. So if it does this, then this, that is where I will be looking to get short. On the other hand, this move down could just be another pullback within an uptrend, just like this move down was a pullback within an uptrend, and this move down, and this move down also. So we put our Fibonacci retracement on here. We keep a very close eye on our Fibonacci retracement levels, and we look for more long opportunities at our fib levels if it breaks to the upside at a fib level. So definitely keep an eye on that. There's definitely no proof that this is going down yet, but a break of structure to the downside may help prove that and may turn us bearish. Going back up to the daily and to the US dollar CAD. Now the US dollar CAD is a little tricky. Now if the dollar index is really a wave C, and the dollar index is really going down, then this will also keep going down. If the dollar index is not actually a wave C, then this potentially could turn up. I was actually looking at this thinking, man, this really looks like a possible wave B right now, and it looks like it could go up and make a wave C, which I think would line up a lot with our dollar analysis. But until we actually get like a nice engulfing move to the upside at a Fibonacci level, we definitely should still be looking for shorts on shorter time frames. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, definitely a little slow lately, but I've been recommending shorts this whole time, and there was a beautiful short on Friday, beautiful short on Monday, and an okay short on Tuesday. On the Asian session today, there was a decent little short. We are definitely still focused on shorting opportunities. So what do? We put our Fibonacci retracement on any move we see to the upside, and we look for resistance at Fibonacci levels for possible more shorting opportunities. As long as it doesn't engulf and break to the upside on the daily, anything we see to the upside, we're still looking at as likely just a pullback within a downtrend, and we're using Fibonacci retracement to help look for areas of resistance for more shorting opportunities. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss, kind of the same thing. If the dollar really is a wave C, then that means that this is also a wave C at the end of a pullback, and then also means that it's just going to keep on going down. If the dollar is not a wave C, then this definitely could end up going back up at a Fibonacci level. So if it does break to the upside at one of these daily Fibonacci levels, then we definitely want to go back to being bullish. If it doesn't break to the upside at a Fibonacci level, then there's going to be no reason to become bullish, and we'll just keep on looking for shorts. Going one wave at a time and following along with the market flow is definitely the way to go. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, kind of like the other dollar pairs, like the euro and the pound. This is either an A or a 1. This is either a B or a 2. And we're probably currently in either a C or a 3. If it's a C, it could go up to any one of these fib levels and then reverse back down. If it's a 3, then it'll just keep on going up. It may still find resistance at Fibonacci levels, but it will not break to the downside at a Fibonacci level, but instead it will keep on making higher highs and higher lows. So as always, keep an eye on your Fibonacci levels. For me, Fibonacci is definitely my main edge behind Elliot Wave. Moving on to gold. Like I've been saying for a while, I mean, on the daily, gold does look like it's a wave B, and it does look like this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the downside for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I mean, this is the A over here, this is the B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Definitely looks like that's the most likely scenario. The only problem is if you go up to the weekly, this kind of looks like a wave 4, and the weekly looks like it could just keep on pushing up for a wave 5. I would recommend longs right now because the candles are going up. And if it turns down on the daily, then we'll just simply start looking for shorts. And if it goes like that, then great. If we're looking for longs, which we should be, and it just keeps going up and up and up and up and makes a new high, then that's good news also, right? One wave at a time. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, we got nice impulsive down. We got 1, 2, 3 waves up, and we're on a third wave down. If this is really an A, a B, and a C, like it looks like it could be, then it perhaps will go to the 38 or the 50, and then reverse to the upside. Most wave Cs do take out the low of wave A, so it might go down, take out this low, then reverse back to the upside. So keep an eye on your Fibonacci levels. The trend is definitely still up based on market flow on the daily, which means that anything we see to the downside could just be a pullback within an uptrend. Like I was saying yesterday, it kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3. It kind of looks like we could be in an ABC of 4, and if we are in a wave 4, it might just go down to like the 50, reverse back up for a wave 5, and the wave 5 may only go to the 61%, which is right around 5,200 and a little bit below 60, like 5,258 or something like that. And then it could possibly reverse the downside again if it really is a wave B on the daily time frame, which it looks like it could be. And moving on to the yen pairs, back up to the daily time frame. The dollar yen is definitely at a zone where it could turn, like I was saying yesterday, this is the 100% Fibonacci extension of this wave projected off the bottom of this wave. So if this really is some sort of an ABC, and if the dollar index is also a wave C, then this definitely could start a big move down. The thing is that there's absolutely no proof of a move down yet. We do not have engulfing down. We do not have a lower high. We definitely do not have a break of structure. There's also a chance this thing just keeps on going up. Until we get some sort of proof that it's going down, I would definitely still be recommending longs. I've been recommending longs every single day, and last week there was a beautiful long. Right here there was a beautiful long. Very early this morning there was a decent little long. You would have had to set through this pullback waiting, but last week there was a beautiful long also. So unfortunately, since I'm looking for longs, I definitely wouldn't go long here, and I definitely am not looking for shorts. So unfortunately, the only thing I would be recommending is to either already be long from one of these previous pullbacks, waiting for an exit, or you'd have to be waiting for another pullback in order to go long again for the continuation of this uptrend. So as of right now, I think the best strategy is to be patiently waiting for a pullback or to already be long waiting for an exit. Moving on to the euro yen. Kind of the same story as the other the yen pairs, like the dollar yen. I mean, this one kind of looks like it could be doing this. Kind of looks like it could be forming an ABC pullback. But it also could just be a pullback to this last wave down. We don't want to assume anything. So if we do get a break to the downside at a Fibonacci level, then we definitely do want to go back to being bearish. But as of right now, the trend is up based on flow and structure on the daily, and it's up on the weekly. So we are definitely looking for longs right now. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I'm personally only looking for longs. I'd be looking to go long here. I'd be looking to go long here. Perhaps going long in here someplace also. I personally am looking at any moves I see to the downside as possibly just another opportunity to go long. So we have our Fibonacci retracement from here to here. If it respects one of these fib levels and turns back up, then I would definitely take it to a long. We have a Fibonacci level right here, which is the 78%, which is right around the 184.21 area. That actually could be the next area of resistance on this move up. If it does decide to go down and break this low right here with momentum, then that's fine. I'll just start looking for shorts after the break of structure. I don't really care either way. We're just going one wave at a time, and if the market proves that this wave is over by giving us a clear break of structure, then we'll just simply start looking for shorts. And moving on to the pound yen, pretty much the same story as the other yen pairs. This possibly could be just a pullback to this last move down, meaning that it could just go to a Fibonacci level, make a lower high, and continue the downtrend. But right now, the market is up based on market flow. The market is up based on market structure on the daily and on the weekly. That tells me that there's also a chance that this just keeps going up, and there's no point in trying to assume that there's a top in until the market actually proves that there's a top, and it definitely hasn't done that yet. So that means on the 1 hour time frame, anything I see to the downside, I'm assuming is nothing more than a pullback to the last wave up. So we use our Fibonacci retracement level. We look for areas of support at the Fib levels. We look for reversals to the upside. I think the next big area of resistance on this one is the 100% Fibonacci extension, which is right around 213.16 or 17, right in that area. So if it just keeps on making higher highs, higher lows, we'll just keep on looking for logs. If it decides to go down and take out this 100%, then we'll simply stop looking for logs and we'll simply start looking for shorts again. One wave at a time. We're following the daily time frame. We're using the 1 hour time frame range for entries, and we're just looking for entries based on what we see on the daily time frame. So anyways, if you want to follow along with all my trades and you want to be part of a great trading community on Discord, then check out my website, fxpipcollector.com. And as always, thank you for watching and happy trading to everyone.